Hey Fae folk, welcome back to the basement. This is my first video I get to film back in the doll room now that it's like mostly all set up and everything, and I'm so happy to be able to do this. I'm so happy that Miss Weiss is still here. I'm so excited that we're going to be unboxing a super fun Bratz doll for my first video in the basement. Like, the vibes are just real good. I hope that the sound and video is also okay, just because this is the first time that I've had to set everything back up since the basement got fixed up. So if anything's a little off, I'll tweak it for next time, but fingers crossed that everything's okay for today, because I obviously want to be able to show off Jade in all of her absolute glory. So yes, we are going to be taking a look at her. I'm going to be unboxing her and doing like a review and everything for this video. Before I get into that, I'm going to do my rubric a little bit early because this Jade, she's different. Okay. Okay, let me pull up the rubric. We'll explain. So for emotion, I'm only giving her a 2. Unfortunately, that is not going to be her lowest score on the rubric today. For need to customize, she gets a 1 because I did in fact buy the doll specifically to customize her. I'll explain, I promise. Quality, she gets a 5 though. She's got good hair, good clothes, good articulation, so that's the vibe. Number of pieces I like, she gets a 0 because again, I am buying her as a base for a custom. Sorry, Jade. And then uniqueness, she does get a 4 because it's not a new character, but this is definitely a very unique design, both for Bratz and for Jade. So that gives her a total score of 12, which not the best score. I actually think that's the lowest score that I've ever like shown on camera for a doll, which is a little bit crazy and definitely means that technically speaking, I should not have bought her full price. But okay, here's the story. Here's my rationale. I did talk about this decently in length in my Dolls I Do Want video that I posted recently, so I'm sorry if I'm repeating myself, but like it's more relevant now, and also I don't know that everyone saw that, so I'm explaining everything again. So I saw this Jade initially on Instagram, right? We got leaked photos and then we got stock photos, and I was like, nah, she's not for me. She's not for me. And then we got more photos and I saw her face and I lost my mind. Okay. Like, I do like each individual piece of hers. I love her face. I like the hair. Reese, that was my mic. Just not the hairstyle. I like the dress, just not necessarily on the stall. I like the veil and shoes. So like sort of midline feelings, which still wouldn't justify spending. I think she was $55 on a doll. Like, if I'm not completely sold, I really shouldn't be spending that much on a doll. But seeing the detailed pictures of her face, like, you'll see once I unbox her and we really get into her, if you haven't seen the pictures, this doll has such a unique face for Bratz. Like, it's just a little bit more detailed. Like, it's just a very different style than we usually see. And I was so utterly captivated by it. And I was like, I have an idea for a custom immediately. I want to keep the veil, keep the shoes, take the dress and put it on a different doll. And then I want to turn this doll into some sort of like slightly like creepy angelic, like not full like biblical angel, right? Like, I still want her to be like mostly just nice and angelic, but I just feel like she'd be really cool being like a slightly unsettling angel. That's, I can see it in my head. Eventually it will come to life on this doll. So I bought her to do that, which again, like, I feel a little bit crazy doing that just because there are other dolls that I've bought specifically to restyle or customize, but like normally that's an on sale situation. The only reason that I bought her full price, and the reason that I feel justified in having bought her full price, is because this is a collector doll. And like with Bratz especially, I had no idea what sort of collector doll this was going to be. Because like, you think about the Mean Girls launch, and that was an absolute disaster, sold out so quickly. So many people were so disappointed. Or you think about collaborations like the Cult Gaia or like the Moalola collabs, and those dolls were available for ages, and like they did go on sale at certain points. And I had no idea of, or like no way of knowing which side of the collector coin this doll was going to be on. It does seem like she's sort of middle of the road. Her initial orders did sell out. I was lucky enough to snag her on like a random tiny little restock the day that she released. And like now she's available for pre-order. So it's not as exclusive, not as like you're SOL if you didn't get her in 2 minutes flat as the Mean Girls launch, but not quite as widespread as like the Moalola and Cult Gaia style dolls. But yeah, I wanted to get her because I was afraid that it was going to be a situation like the Mean Girls launch. And I was like, okay, I really want this doll. I have like a concrete plan for the customization. Yes, that's a lot of money to spend on a doll that you plan on redressing. For me, like obviously y'all might have your own standards and that's totally chill. Just for me, it's kind of a lot. But because I had no way of like knowing and guaranteeing that I would be able to get this doll on a sale as I would have preferred to do, I went ahead and bought her full price. I don't regret it because like I would rather, like I'm so excited about the concept of this custom or like this restyle. I would rather spend the extra money to make sure that I get her. So that's the long story of it. Anyway, let's take a look at the doll now. Miss Weiss, I'm gonna like scoot this up. I hope it doesn't bother you. You're not gonna be able to see a lot just because the entire box is like this tube style. So it's all plastic, which means that with my lighting, it is going crazy. The art though is so pretty. Like honest to God, I never feel this way about box art, or like very rarely feel this way about box art. The art alone feels worth the price because I'm going to cut this shit out and I'm going to keep it. There's absolutely no way I'm throwing away or recycling this art. Like it's so, so pretty for no reason. The shoes are different though. The shoes are like silver and heels. And the actual doll has like more of like a champagne huge platform. So that's kind of interesting, but the art is so pretty. There's one of like the front and then one sort of more from the back. Both absolutely gorgeous. So that's another reason that I don't regret it because like high key, the art alone is so, so, so good. But yeah, hopefully you were able to see some of that. Again, I know the glare is absolutely insane, but I am finally done yapping for the intro. So I'm going to go ahead and rip her out of this container and then we will discuss her and all of her details and her quality and all of that fun stuff and hopefully have just a stupendous time doing so. So I will see y'all in a moment. Okay, we have got Jade unboxed. That was such a pain in the ass. That was so difficult for absolutely no reason. Box art still incredible and preserved. However, I was ripping into that thing. Like I said it in the intro as a joke, but it was not a joke. And also, okay, we're just jumping right on into it. The sheer number of tea ties in her, ungodly, okay? Like I fully understand this is a collector doll. A lot of people are going to leave her in box. However, a lot of people are also going to take her out of box. And I need companies to stop putting tea ties into their fabric. Like, stop it. Don't do that. Like, I know it makes it look nice in box, but now my dress has holes in it. I'm just kind of being dramatic. Like, I did expect it. It's not unique to this doll, but I am frustrated about it. Honestly, though, more so than the tea ties in here, the tea ties with the veil and her head, the amount of plastic, hold on, both of these pieces of plastic were in some way tea tied to her head. There were 3 tea ties in this one and 3 in this one. That is 6 tea ties in this doll's head, and actually there were a couple extra. Oh, interesting. There were a couple extra, like, tying the veil to her braids. Like, again, I understand it makes her look nice in box. That was crazy. However, I did successfully get her out. So here is the doll, and she is definitely really, really pretty. Like I said, I do want to customize her. I want to take this dress off and put it on another doll and like give her a new dress. In the meantime, though, because knowing me, it's going to take me 17 years to do that. I honestly probably will display her as is, just without the braids. I have so many thoughts. Okay, let's just go head to toe. Now that you've had a second to stare at her on her typical little Bratz stand, I'm going to pop her off. It's just, you know, the kind that usually comes with Bratz collectors with the 2 little holes, and there's holes in her shoes. So we have this veil. It is pinned into her head. That's the only thing that I've left. I'm not really sure. Oh my God, there's another one. Hold on. Oh no, that's one that I already cut that it's getting stuck on. That's great. But yeah, there is like a way that it's attached into her head. I'm not taking that off because I don't want to remove the veil. So like, I'm not touching that one. It's so pretty though. Like I know it's literally just mesh with embroidery on the edge. It's very simple, but it's very effective. However, that's the part that I was excited for. Oh my God. This is what I mean now. This is what I was talking about the face being like so different to me than any other Bratz screening. And I will keep it real with y'all. I'm someone who has a really hard time telling the Bratz characters apart and like their screenings apart because like the screenings aren't consistent for every character, right? And like I'm not saying that as an insulting way, I'm just pointing this out. Like Jade does not have a consistent screening from doll to doll where it's like, oh, this is different makeup, but it's still obviously Jade. Like her eye shape changes from doll to doll, which again, I'm not critiquing. Like I do think it's very fun to see all the different faces that Bratz have, but it does make it really hard to be like, oh, that's a Jade, that's a Sasha. Like it can be hard sometimes. All that to say, this face does stand out to me. Like, it isn't just like, oh, here's a Bratz face. This is different. I would not clock it as Jade, but it is different, and I really, really do love it. I like the brown they chose for the super thin brows. I'm so glad they didn't do like a really, really intense dark color. I just feel like her face and everything and like the hair and the veil is so light and airy. I'm really, really glad that the brows are so thin and so light. Like, that's good. I love the detailing. Like, she has a waterline and like the brown brow, or not brown brows, the brown eyelashes. Like, it's just so unique and so interesting. I'm like tilting her a little bit because I'm trying to see if mine, I don't even think mine's wonky, which is nice. Like, you never know ordering online how that's going to go. She does have like a little bit, oh, huh, I couldn't get that off before when her veil was on. Not because the veil was in the way, but just because I wasn't scratching hard enough, but she had just had a little bit of dust there. Gone now, so that's not a flaw. The cheeks, the little bit of blush on there. Love that. I adore her pierced cartilage up here. Like, I don't know, I just think it's cute. I think it's kind of fun and funky that she has that, but not lobe piercings, just because if a doll is going to have piercings, generally speaking, they get the lobe. So that feels like a little fun, a little bit different. She's got a couple of pieces very much like gelled down. And then she obviously has all of these braids. The ends are like rocks. Like, I could hurt someone with that. Listen, they're very well executed braids. I will give them that. Like, the parting, crisp lines there, sleek. Like, there's almost no flyaways whatsoever. I'm not keeping this hairstyle. It's not that it's like inherently ugly. It's just not really for me. I just, yeah, like it's just not like my particular style. I do feel like if I take these out, she's gonna have incredible waves. So that's probably what I'm gonna do. Should I do it on video? Should I do one right now? I'm gonna wait. At least until the end of the video so you can like see the doll one more time as she is supposed to come. I will say I wish she had like a necklace. I think the neck's a little bit bare for me. She needs a little something something up there. I can fix that later though. We do have the articulated Bratz body that, like, I know is very controversial. Like, some people really hate it. I will say I think the proportions are a little bit weird. Like, the arms do feel slightly too long, but I like having the posability, so like I'll take it. Getting into the dress though, which is what I think a lot of people are very excited about, and I understand. It is all like a faux pleather material. It is lined on the inside, which we love to see. Nothing is worse than when a doll has a pretty dress and it's ruined by the fact that it's unlined, so you just see like white blank fabric under here. So I really do appreciate that this is like nicely lined and everything. The construction looks really solid too. Like, outside of the T-tie holes, I feel like I don't see really like loose threads. I mean, I have like a tiny one there, but it looks really, really quite good. It does just Velcro in the back. We've got actual like ribbon that's corseted and strung through the sides and as well as the front here. It is quite short. She's like, she's risking it in the front. And of course, very long train in the back. She does have a whole body piece under here. Like, you can kind of see if I move her arm. It's like her whole body is encased in the plastic. So presumably the designers and manufacturers were concerned about staining. So while she wears this dress, I'm probably going to keep that on her just because I feel like that would high key suck to finally undress her, to redress her and customize her, and then she's like red on the body. So yeah, probably gonna leave that on for now. But like, it's pretty fun. I really like this crisscross situation, but the back. Move your hair, girl. We need to take a second to look at this train. This is crazy. And this is why I'm saying, like, I don't really, I'm not obsessed with the dress on her. I think just because she's so pale, she's got like the pale, light face, like not a lot of heavy makeup. She's got the super pale hair, the very flowy veil. I'm like, I just feel like she would look really good with like a champagne dress on too. Like, just do the whole thing very pale, very like, it all sort of blends together, ethereal vibes. So like, that's what I'm thinking when I look at her. And that's why I think I don't love, 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 love this dress on her, just because it is so dark. The contrast is nice. Like, for some people, this is going to be it. It's just, I just can envision something that I like more. But standalone, this dress is insane. Like, that's crazy. So while I am critiquing it in the sense that like I don't plan on keeping her this way forever, I'm in no way critiquing the design of like the different elements, right? And I'm not critiquing the craftsmanship because that's real pretty. Then moving on to her shoes, Miss Jade has got the platforms to end all platforms. Like, hello. And again, I just love the colors. And these are like, I'm keeping the shoes on her when I give her a new dress because it's going to go great. Like, the insane height is so fun to me. I really love this like rose gold metallic that they've chosen for the heel and the way that they've sculpted the wrap around the heel. But we have actual fabric bows and then actual wraps that are attached to like the back of her shoe there. And then they go up her calves. Like, the little bows. The fact that the strings are so long that hit the ground, even with the platforms, like, it's just, she definitely is a showstopper. And like, it took me time. It took me seeing her face to be like, okay, wait, maybe I need to reconsider. And I'm still holding fast. Like, I want to redress her, but I will say, even though I'm not 100% sold on this, I am 100% sold on each of the individual elements. I hope that makes sense. Am I gonna undo a braid? I don't know why I'm so nervous. Like, I know I'm gonna do it eventually. I don't know why it's scaring me to like do it right now. Guys, I don't know what to do. But I feel like now that I've said it, I owe it to you. Okay. Let's just, how am I even gonna do this? Hold on. Come on. I don't want to cut any of the rubber bands because I can reuse them later. But because the hair is so gelled and my hands don't work right, oh, come on, girly. Just trying to grab one of, like, the rubber band is difficult. Oh my God. Yeah, we're definitely only doing one braid on camera. Oh, okay. That was so gross. Like, you saw how that slipped off. It's like a fish hook. Am I even going to be able to undo her braid? Because it's so, like, hold on. I'm going to pull her to the mic. Can you hear that okay? That was my nail on her hair. Okay, let's... Oh, that's disgusting. Hold on. Oh, she's gonna need a wash at least on the ends for sure. Dang, girl. That's rough. Okay, here we go. Oh, see. Oh, I love it already. Oh my God. Oh, this was the right call. I'm gonna be silent and just speed up this footage so that y'all don't have to like wait for me. Okay, I'm not gonna like undo the wrap there just yet. Like I'm gonna wait for that one. But look at those. That's gonna be a vibe once I do her whole head. I'm really glad I did that on camera now because now you guys can kind of see like a portion of the vision. Like imagine her whole head like this, just waves, ethereal. Oh my God, she's gonna look so good eventually. Anyway, now that I've really messed up her appearance there, let me, we'll just pretend the veil will hide that. But yeah, that's all to say about the doll. She doesn't come with any like extra accessories or anything like that. So that does bring us to final thoughts, which, I mean, my thoughts have stayed pretty consistent throughout this video. So like, you probably already know. I actually do feel so much better about buying her though, now that I've unboxed her. Like, I knew I wanted to, but I was still just kind of nervous just because like that is a decent chunk of money to spend on something that I intend to redo. And again, you guys might have different standards for that. That's totally fine. But for me, spending like $50 on something that I want to significantly change the appearance of is like a little bit scary, a little bit like, ooh, girl, are you sure you want to do that? But now having her unboxed, I feel so like vindicated. I'm like, I was absolutely correct. Like getting to see her face minus the veil in person, getting to see how her hair looks, and like I'm so hype for how this doll is going to look once she's like finalized in my collection. So I'm definitely feeling quite good about this purchase. Favorite things about her, it's the face. I mean, that's like literally the thing that sold me and made me buy her. Least favorite thing, the tea ties. Why? But like as far as the doll herself goes, like genuinely, I guess my least favorite thing would be the hairstyle she comes with, but that's so subjective. Like that's not an actual quality issue. Quality wise, we're vibing. Again, aside from the tea ties, she's a solid doll. So I'm happy. I feel like reassured with this purchase. Very glad that I decided to go ahead and get her. I would love to know what you guys think of her in the comments down below. Are you kind of more like me? Do you like kind of piecemeal? Like, do you feel like she needs some editing? Do you like how she comes? I'm just very curious to hear all of your thoughts and opinions, but that is going to be it for me for today, y'all. I do hope you enjoyed. I hope you have a lovely rest of your day or your night or whatever it might be, and I will catch you in the next one. Bye, guys.